Welcome back to another video. In this video I just want to go through the maintenance what I've done on this car, mainly stuff that I've done under the bonnet to keep it going and have no problems. For people that are thinking about buying one of these cars with this engine or the later engine, might find it useful, may not. It's just the experience that I've had with this car and what I've needed to do to it to keep it going. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe down below and let's crack on with the video and I'll see you at the car. So let's start under the bonnet and I'll go through the bits under here which I've needed to take care of. So under the bonnet I've obviously done the normal maintenance. Obviously regular oil changes every 10,000 miles I've done on this. Gearbox oil change because this is the DSG S-tronic, which is every 37,000 or 40,000 miles, something between them, and that's always been done. What else have I done? I've had a new high pressure fuel pump because I did have a problem where it kept on losing fuel pressure overnight, and it did turn out to be this, so that's new, along with a new cam follower fitted not that long ago, which has sorted the problem. But while I was hunting from that problem, I did change a few other bits. I changed the I think that's the N72 EVRAP valve thing there, and I did change the charcoal canister. Also, you can see under here I have a new PVC on the front and a new PVC on the back, because you can actually get these as a kit. It's an upgraded kit where you can get both, which is basically, I'm not going to have a problem with that now, well, at least for a while. Red Audi R8 coils, probably no different to the black ones, but they look a little bit better. So I've had new ones of those. Obviously we've done the induction kit, but I want to try and keep this pretty much about like basic sort of maintenance. Cam belt's been done, water pump, tensioner, idler pulleys. That's all done about 10,000 miles ago. When it's supposed to be done, which I think is 40 or 50,000 miles, but I'll put that up here somewhere. But I did also have a rattle on cold start up after a while, so I did have the tensioner and the chain changed on this side of the engine, because this is an EA113 engine and it doesn't just have a chain and tensioner, it has the cam belt on that side and it does have the chain on this side, which does connect the two camshafts together. So that was replaced, sorted that problem out, job done. I'm trying to think of anything else I've done under here. Oh yeah, I've had the intake removed, walnut blasted, get rid of all the black lung, the carbon build up, and also had the injectors sent off, cleaned, inspected and all that sort of stuff, just to make sure they're all good before that goes back in. I've got the newer version of the yellow dipstick, because when I changed when I had the sump off in the strainer, I put a new strainer on, and in the old strainer there was bits of the old dipstick in it. So check your dipstick, get the newer version, because I think the old versions must be a little bit weak. So I think that is literally all I've done under the bonnet. So I have also changed the thermostat as well, because when I first got the car it wasn't getting up to temperature, so I changed that. So if your car doesn't get up to temperature, it's more than likely it's going to be the thermostat. And things that you need to think about when if you're buying one of these cars, whether it's the later style, the E888 or EA88, that will just have a chain and a tensioner. So obviously you check that. You can check that with diagnostics, a stretch, but they have been known to go and stretch. Same tensioners can be a bit weak, and obviously with this one you have the cam belt, so make sure that's done. And if you have any rattles, get the chain done and the tensioner. So I put new front pads and discs on the front because they were getting quite worn. So I've changed those as well. They're not too expensive and pretty straightforward to do. So on the front, And also on the back, new discs and pads. And anyone wanting to do the ones on the back, they are a pain. There's some big bolts underneath. You need to get the car quite high up to get the bottom bolt off. You'll see what I mean when you try and do it, but mine actually snapped and had to get it drilled out because they're so tight. So I put a new battery, I put the biggest battery I could get in here, which is a Bosch S5, because I don't really use the car that often, so I wanted to put a nice big battery that can hold a charge for a long time. So basically, if you want to buy one of these cars, they are a great car, but you must stay on top of the maintenance, and they will look after you if you look after them. So obviously, as I said, cam belt, if you've got one, make sure it gets changed along with the water pump. And if you get a rattle, the chain. If you've got the automatic DSG, S-tronic gearbox, get the fluid and filter changed when it's supposed to get done. Don't leave it, because it will give you problems later on. Apart from that, and obviously the black lung, with the carbon build-up, that's worth doing, probably about 60,000 miles. I had mine done about 100,000 miles, which was probably a little bit later on, but that's when I learned that these engines do suffer from that. So obviously remember, that's something to look out for. Also, if yours is burning a little bit too much oil, which these are quite famous for burning a little bit too much oil, change your oil from the 530 to the 540. I've done that, and to be honest with you, I don't really lose any oil at all now. So well worth doing. I hope that's been helpful to some of you that are looking into buying these cars and what sort of things you need to do with them. I wouldn't say they're a really expensive car to keep going, but it's just one of those things, just look after it and it will just keep on going. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week, and I'll see you in the next one.